This is all the stuff it takes to be a writer. And to stop at Starbucks later, because a writer is a person who takes caffeine and turns it into words. See, there's the words. I'm going to read to you a little bit from the second book of short stories, which has no name yet, but the story is called Dog Days. The boy, the hero, has been kind of dumped on Maui and gotten injured and is now in the hospital. Lefty is a newsman who has kind of taken him into his life and wants to be nice to him. Lefty composed himself with great effort and asked, "What happened after you left the airport?" That's the airport right over there. So I told him about getting beaten up and robbed and sleeping under the picnic table. That would be at Kanaha Park. "What happened with the kids and dogs?" he asked, if this were just the next step in a long walk. As I told him that part where I had saved the kids from the dogs, my voice got thinner and my heart began to pound. He slid onto the bed and took me in his arms. This is in the hospital. I stammered out everything that I remembered, and once when I managed to open my eyes, I saw my roommate staring, and he rolled his eyes at me and made an obscene gesture, grinning wickedly, winking, and then pooching out his cheek. I choked, snorted, and laughed out loud. And when I could see again, the roommate was pretending to be sound asleep, innocent as an angel. As I pushed myself back out of Lefty's comforting arms, my irrepressible dick practically waved hello at its new friend across the room. Once I could ignore that, I said in confusion, "Lefty, nobody has ever helped me with anything before. Why do things have to practically get life and death before anyone cares?" And then, of course, I cried. Things happened when I cried. I apparently turned grown men, albeit usually only gay men, into slobbery, horny heaps of studly, caretaking hard mush. Not that I understood that at the time, which was probably a good thing, or I would have taken advantage. I'm trying to write about the worst time of my life, and here it's coming out like a gigantic slapstick cartoon strip about a manipulative little sissy. I didn't mean it to be funny because it wasn't at the time, well, mostly. Or at least I didn't appreciate the humor of it at the time, okay? There goes another plane. There certainly aren't many birds here. And I don't know what for you to look at this time, because I'm not in a hospital writing this. Anyhow, Lefty assumed my initial laughter meant I was becoming hysterical, and he held me. He lost his poise and professionalism completely and got all emotional with me. Then when I cried, he read that as being hysterical too. But my tears made him want to do something, see the capitals, to fix things. Also, my questions started him thinking, along with the same idealistic lines he had himself when he was my age and wanted to go to college, fight for peace, and save the world. His dick was hard too. I could feel it bulging up against me, and you know what? It made me feel a lot less weak and helpless. It was weird, but in some perverted way, it made me feel like I had some power in the world after all. And even more importantly, that I was not the nothing in a black hole that I truly thought I believed I was. I could hear my former teacher, Mrs. White's cheerful voice in my head. "Gather ye rainbows," was that right? "While ye may." No, that wasn't right. Maybe it was kittens. "Gather ye kittens." Sunshine? Chickens? Cockles? What the hell is a cockle anyhow? Something to do with a rooster? And of course the dog bite was based on yours truly's little incident. And that's it for that one.